and then vanished behind the aquarium, her silver and gold glow radiating around the clownfish. I dropped the books and sat down cross-legged in the travel section. A round object dangled from the end of the chain. I pulled it up to take a closer look. It was shiny, gold, a brand new arcade token. On the front side, toward the bottom, there were 3 T's connected together. I ran my finger over the raised design. It sort of vibrated at my touch. And was it my imagination? Or was it glowing? And then it turned on its own. A surge of energy shot through me as I read the letters that curved around the borders of the top and bottom. Arcade Adventures. Chapter 1. The Question. We're very impressed with you, Mr. Livingston. In fact, you're number 1 on our list to fill the position of 6th grade teacher at Forest Park Middle School in the fall. We just have one more question to ask you to help us make our final decision. Sure. What would you like to know? Can you tell us, and this is really important, how many sides are on a stop sign? That's the question? Yes, it's very important. Yeah, okay. That's an easy one. Stop signs are everywhere. I see them every day. Yes. How many sides? Please answer the question. The answer is 10. There are 10 sides on a stop sign. Whoa. Ow. My eyes opened to darkness and the smell of a good book. That's because I had been reading while lying on my back, holding the book in the air. Then, like I've done a bunch of times before, I fell asleep and dropped it on my face. Thump, thump, thump. Arcade, you better be up. You don't want to be late for the first day at your new school. It was my sister Zoe. She's in 9th grade, and just because she's older, she thinks it's her responsibility to pound on my door every morning and get me up for school. You only have 15 minutes to get out the door, and you know Mom wants you to have a nutritious breakfast. She also always says that. I sat up and let the book Underwater Wonders, a complete dictionary of marine animals, slide off my face onto my lap. A little bit of blood trickled from my nose. Whew! Good thing it didn't get on the library book. Arcade! I'm dressed, Zoe. No need to worry. I flipped the sheets off me. Good thing I slept in my clothes. All I needed to do now, since it was Friday, was to put on a pair of my famous crazy socks, and I'd be ready to go. Well, it's not exactly true. I wasn't ready at all. Who starts their first day of school in a new state on a Friday and on March 26th? You do. Arcade Livingston. I grabbed a tissue from the nightstand and stuffed it up my nose to stop the bleeding. Then I shuffled over to my desk. I scanned my school admission paperwork the secretary had printed out when we visited last week. Arcade Alexander Livingston, 6th grade, PS 23, Ivy Park, room 603, Mr. Dooley. PS 23, it sounded like a gaming system, not a school. Arcade! Zoe, chill! I will when I see you standing out here in the hallway. I unzipped my black backpack with pink flamingos and carefully placed the paper in my notebook. Then I grabbed my red-rimmed glasses off the nightstand and shoved them on my face. Okay, now I could see clearly to deal with my sister. I turned the knob and cracked the door halfway, poking just my head out. Hey, Zoe. I grinned, the cheesiest grin I could. Then I frowned. What happened to your hair? Looks like you just got caught in a blender. I flashed the cheese again. Very funny, fish face. Happy first day of school. She pushed my door open all the way. What happened to your nose? She pulled the tissue out. Book battle, I said. And I lost. Seriously, Arcade, you should use an e-reader. She looked down at my ankles. No socks? Isn't this Crazy Sock Friday? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I threw the backpack down at her feet and ran to my dresser. It only took a second to make the decision. Today was definitely Jellyfish Socks Day. I had just read about jellyfish before I fell asleep and was rudely interrupted by that silly stop sign dream. Zoe counted as I sat down on my bed to pull my first sock on. 1001, 1002. If you were a nice sister, you could use those seconds to get me a granola bar shot my way like a cannonball and hit me right in the triple T token hanging from the chain I got from that mysterious old lady at the library. That granola bar landed on the carpet. I snatched the token in my fist and dropped it inside.